You knew as soon as the words Tom Brady and Dallas Cowboys were uttered, it would send off a media firestorm that this world has never seen. But there is something to the Brady rumors that's really, really interesting for the Cowboys. Just hit that subscribe button and of course, make sure to ring the bell. That way you're always notified of the latest Cowboys news. Also, check out my podcast, Cowboys Beat. Just search Cowboys Beat on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts. Well, the Tom Brady news, rumors, innuendo might have been great sports porn for you over the weekend, but now it's time to get back to the real world. Unfortunately, the folks at ESPN and FS1 are like moths to a light bulb for the three words Tom Brady Cowboys, so I don't see this media hysteria dying down anytime soon. Checkmate, Jerry Jones. But look, there is something to these Tom Brady rumors. Not the rumors itself. There's something to the idea of the Cowboys do have to flex their leverage in whatever way they possibly can. There are other quarterbacks on the market that they could go after in order to tell CAA, Dak's representation, and Dak Prescott, hey, look, we're cool with bringing in another quarterback, putting you on a franchise tag, looking to the future of the position, because we have a number that we're not willing to exceed, and if you aren't willing to do that, well, we can sign a Phillip Rivers as a stopgap, or a Teddy Bridgewater, or a Ryan Tannehill, or a Marcus Mariota, or a Tom Brady. And look, everything, and I mean everything that we've heard, both publicly and the things that I've heard, indicate that the Cowboys believe that Dak Prescott is their future. They are 100% committed to Dak Prescott. So everything that you're hearing, all of the outside noise, is just simply the cadence of an ongoing contract discussion. But ultimately it comes down to, what is the Cowboys' plan? Because we'd like to believe that the Cowboys do, in fact, have a plan. And yet what we've seen over multiple off seasons now, Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, Zeke Elliott, is the Cowboys don't necessarily have a plan. They kind of just negotiate and see where the chips fall. And then if the guy holds out long enough, eventually they give in and give him the big time contract. What's their plan? The if-then stuff. If we tag him, then what do we do? Anybody that's like, well, the Cowboys can just draft Trevor Lawrence. They're not going to be bad enough in order to get high enough in the draft to draft any of these top flight quarterbacks for the foreseeable future. So you can just get that out of your mind. So what's their plan? Because their plan had been sign, accumulate talent, and build a title team. But if they're not going to be signing Dak Prescott long term, then they should have a plan that's more geared towards unloading contracts so they could bottom out and be bad. Now, certainly there's been some questions about, well, should they just trade Dak? Perhaps the most that they can get at this point would be 2 first-round picks, and even though that's a lot, I'd still rather have Dak Prescott. Because Dak Prescott represents a uncertain future. Meaning, number one, we don't know what his ceiling is yet. I think he proved that last season. And number two, the future at the quarterback position is extremely uncertain for the Dallas Cowboys if you move on without him, even if you get 2 or even 3 first-round picks in trading away. Now, here's the deal. This is why the rumors came out a couple of weeks ago that the Cowboys could franchise tag Dak Prescott. Because if he does clearly want $40 million, and that's far too rich for the Cowboys' blood, then they could, in fact, franchise tag him March 10th. Dak Prescott may say, well, if you franchise tag me, I'm not showing up for any off-season work, and I'm going to hold out of training camp and blah, 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 blah. Okay, because as much money as Dak may have made for himself last season, the ultimate leverage rests probably on the side of the Dallas Cowboys. One, because they can, in fact, franchise tag him and make him come play this season for them. And two, if he spends the entire offseason working away from the Cowboys with a new coaching staff installing a new offense, then the Cowboys aren't going to be very successful, and neither is Dak going into another contract season. It's as important for Dak to get there to learn the offense as it is for the Cowboys. Because as much as we don't want the Cowboys to sacrifice a season in order to do so, Dak Prescott may force their hand. And again, they have the ultimate leverage because they have the ability to tag him and he's got to play. And if he doesn't show up or sign that tag, the Cowboys still control his rights. We're not even through February and the offseason's already heating up.